to go live. Happy Sunday. Super excited to talk to you guys on this September 11th. You know, as a lot of us, we remember September 11th. We're old enough to remember. We all are, right? But some of us actually watched it if we weren't kids on television. And so I was just thinking about a day of freedom. And I was thinking about, I had been reaching out to several people about partnering with us in life insurance, right? And so I remember reaching out to this one young lady, and she said, oh, well, she couldn't do anything different because she's a captive agent. And so, hold on one second. I'm going to have my son close this blind. Caleb, come close this blind for me, baby. So, I got on here while I was getting dressed. It was just on me to share with you why you do not want to be a captive agent in life insurance. And I'm not saying that you can make a personal decision for yourself. So I'm just going to share my opinion. Thank you so much. As to why you should not be a captive agent is because it limits your income. Right, your income is limited when you're a captive agency, a captive agent, or a part of a captive agency, because you can only sell one product or one specific grouping of products. And it really made me sad when she said, "Oh, I can't." Right? We're business owners. This is small business, right? So when somebody says they can't do something in what is supposed to be a business, that does not sound like a business to me. That sounds like a job. Right? And so not that components of owning a business won't feel like a job sometimes, because they definitely will. But you should not own a business where you do not have liberty and the pursuit of happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I don't say that jokingly, I say that seriously, right? And so, again, I'm Garlinda Price. I'm a real estate broker and owner of Fusion Properties, LLC. And I'm also an independent, non-captive life insurance broker that is building an agency across the country, right? Across the United States, in 49 different states. And I'm super excited about that. We have an incredible opportunity. I'm with two organizations, right? Not one, right? So I'm a part of Family First Life and the Life Now Agency, which I love, right? I love FFL. You'll read negative things about every single insurance carrier and company, not carrier, but company or IMO, insurance marketing organization. And you'll also hear negative press about different insurance agents, different insurance companies, but you got to find out for yourself, right? So I feel like the Holy Spirit led me on here to talk to you all that are considering life insurance as a business, right? This is not a career, it's a business. And I want to talk to you all about the good, the bad, the ugly. And this is going to be a real quick video. But let me just share with you right quick. I'm based out of North Carolina, but I'm licensed in several states. I can serve clients across the country in Texas, Michigan, Mississippi, right? Georgia, Virginia, South Carolina, Maryland. It's not, right? We're not limited to where we can serve our clients. And so when you work with a captive agency, you're limited in where, sometimes because of territories and regions, and how you can serve your clients. So with that being the case, I want you to ask yourself, why did I even get into insurance, right? What was my reasoning for getting into the insurance field, into the insurance industry, if I don't have freedom and flexibility to serve and shop for my clients like I want to? And again, what prompted this video is because I'm marketing for agents, right? So if you are a licensed life insurance agent or a licensed life and health insurance agent, or desire to be, right? Because I had people reach out to me that weren't licensed, and I was like, right now we're just looking for licensed agents. But I'm going to change that. If you're interested, and I'm going to reach back out to those two people in case they see this video and say, hey, let's talk, right? Because if you're interested in getting into the life insurance industry, you're going to have some moxie. You're going to have some get up and go. You're going to have some self-motivation. You're going to have some money, right? But when you work, but this is about being a captive insurance agent. It's like captive, right? Think of the word captive, right? It means you're held captive. You're held captive to this one way of thinking. You're held captive to this one organization. You're held captive to this one product, and you need someone's permission to go. And or if they find out, which has happened with some friends of mine in the insurance industry, if that captive organization finds out that you're writing business for other carriers, you'll get fired. So what if you get fired at a time when you have a lot of business in the pipeline, you have a lot of business that's pending and a lot of business that's writing? That could affect your income, correct? So if you're thinking about coming into the life insurance industry, I want you to call me, right? There's 3 reasons, there's more than 3 reasons. I'm going to share with you 3 reasons why you should call me. Number 1, I'm committed to your success as much as you're committed to your success. I'm growing a huge organization and we are just getting started. It's like a train that is pulling out of the station. We're going to make sure that you have all the tools and the resources that you need. The third reason why you should partner with me is because you're not limited. Right? At Family First Life, I'll share with you a few of the core carriers that I work for. These companies are awesome. Mutual of Omaha, maybe you've heard of them. John Hancock, maybe you've heard of them. AIG, huge guaranteed insurance company, such an awesome company. Americo, maybe you've heard of them. Right? Prosperity, Aetna, which is by CVS. Incredible companies. I'm waiting on my contracts to transfer over from Foresters and American Amicable, United Home Life. These are some incredible companies, but what if you say, Garlinda, I'm not interested in partnering with Family First Life because I tried them before and for whatever reason it didn't work out. You didn't enjoy the team you were on. Guess what? With New Day Marketing, I'm recruiting agents, non-captive, no contracts where you can't work for other people. For Columbian Financial Group, American National Texas, Great Western, Sons of Norway, incredible companies with incredible products, and you are not limited. Think about that. So when you reach out to someone and you want to share a policy with them, or you want to sell them an insurance policy, let me not say sell, because you're not selling them on anything they don't need. When they want to invest in coverage for their family to protect their loved ones in the event, which is coming, right, of their death, they want to make sure that their family is secured and taken care of. You are the person that's blessed to make sure their family, when they go to the other side to meet the Lord, is protected on this side and cared for. You are that person where somebody says, I already have life insurance, I have plenty of it, but their money is not growing any interest for them because it's sitting in the bank in an interest-bearing checking account that's giving them 0.8% or 0.08%, or is not even keeping pace with inflation. You can be that person that comes over here and partners with us and learns Index Universal Life, what that is, annuities, how to write annuities, because you have a license to kill, right? I don't mean license to kill. You have a license to prevent poverty. You have a license to and create wealth. You have a license to create generational wealth. You have a license that will bless families for generations to come. You have a license that will provide living benefits for someone if they have a critical, chronic, or terminal illness pop up in their life that they weren't expecting, which happens. You have a license to pay someone's family in the event that someone dies tragically and suddenly in an accident. You have a license that will protect someone in the event of their grandmother. You have a license to print money for a charity. If someone says, well, I don't have any family, but they have a charity or a charitable organization or a society or a sorority that they would like, a fraternity that they would like to leave money for, you have a license to print money. Glory to God. I shouldn't have said a license to kill. I didn't mean that, right? But I meant like to crush the game, to kill it in the game. I mean like that, right? Because I don't want my words to be misconstrued. You have a license to protect. Glory to God. You have a license to protect families' livelihoods, right? When they go on that even though someone's going to cry, I heard this young man say it, that they only have to cry once. That was like a huge impact for me. This gentleman was talking about how they're able to help so many families a month, and he's with Family First Life over here with us, and he was sharing that he makes sure when he contacts his clients or potential clients, he tells them, listen, my job is to make sure you only have to mourn and cry once. That means when that person died, yes, there was mourning and there was sorrow, because you feel pain when someone passes away. But he was saying that now you don't have to mourn and cry because of financial pain, because he will make sure that that family member has something in place that will take care of the funeral expenses and or leave a legacy and or leave extra money, because it's going to depend on how old the person is. But when you work for a captive agency and all you have is that one product, and the person you're talking to and the family you're sitting with cannot benefit from the one product that you have, what are you doing? I'm just wondering, I wish I had somebody on here to chat with me, right? What do you do when that's the only product that you have that you can offer them as a captive agent, is that one final expense product, right? Or that one accident only product, right? Or that one investment product, whatever it is, right? But or that one or two products that are expensive and that person can't afford it. Or what if it's the one or two products that you have access to, but their health doesn't qualify for them? Because you will hear me say it for the rest of my life insurance career. You don't buy life insurance. You don't buy health insurance. You qualify for it with your health. Your money pays for it. Your money pays for it, but your money doesn't qualify you for it. Amen. That's the truth, right? Because you have to qualify for life and health insurance with your health. But when you are a non-captive agent and you are a non-captive broker, you represent multiple carriers, which means now I can really go to work and do the best business that I can possibly do in service of the highest level to my client, because I'm not limited by the products that I can offer them. I can shop around at so many different carriers. I had a client tell me, well, you know what? I feel comfortable without $30 or $40. Let's find what we can find. Found a policy for $36 a month that will pay them in the event of their untimely death. It will give their family a lump sum of money or a monthly benefit. What a blessing that is, right? So what if you say, well, girl, Linda, I only have $50 a month. I'm going to shop around to all the 10 carriers plus that I have access to, and we're going to find you that policy. But when you are a captive broker, I shouldn't say broker because you wouldn't be a broker if you're captive. If you are a captive agent, you don't have the luxury of shopping around for your clients. So I want you to call me. If you say, girl, Linda, I'm interested in changing companies or hearing about what's going on with you at Family First Life, let me tell you the good, the bad, and ugly for myself. There's no bad, there's no ugly. You got to go to work, right? So when people I've had so many people ask me this about leads. About, well, do you have to buy leads? And then when I was with my practice company, do you have to buy leads? This is a business, right? You don't have to do anything, right? You have to do something when you have a job. You don't have to do anything when you own a business. But what I will say to you is this: if you're not someone that has a large sphere of influence, if you're not someone that has access to your warm market, or the confidence to go and reach out to your warm market, or the confidence to go out and reach out to your sphere of influence, then you need to invest in leads, because who else are you going to talk to? Share with me. And I asked somebody this when I was interviewing them the other day. She said, well, I don't want to buy leads. Like, I heard that, people spend $1,000 a week on leads, $2,000 a week on leads, $3,000 a week on leads. Absurd and insane, right? There are teams that do that. But over here at Family First Life, there are multiple little franchises. They're not little. I'm just saying there are multiple franchises under the umbrella of Family First Life, and you can build your business the way you choose to. But I'm with the Life Now Agency, and we do not promote, and we are not a proponent of spending $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a week on leads. But what we are a proponent of is protecting and serving families that have reached out and said, I need and want help, right? Now, whether you go out in your community to do that, you can go to vendor events, you can knock on doors, you can set up wherever you have the desire to set up and someone gives you permission. You have a license to help. You have a license with this life insurance license to protect and serve. But when you work for a captive insurance agency and all you have is access to these one or two products, but everybody else needs more than that, and you only have a very limited market of people you can sell to, you're really doing them a disservice, and you're doing yourself a disservice. You're leaving so much income, money, wealth, and opportunity on the table for yourself and for your family, because not only are we going out in the community protecting other people's families and other people's legacies and other people's inheritances, we're protecting and growing and doing the same for ourselves. So don't you owe it to yourself to be with the best? Don't you owe it to yourself to research and seek out the information versus saying, oh, my friend went over there, she had a bad experience. So what? What does it have to do with you and your experience? Nothing. Right? When I was at my practice company, they would say, oh, Family First Life, they dogging people out. They're making them spend $100 a lead, $150 a lead. Not true. Maybe with some franchises within, and they're not franchises, but for lack of a better word, maybe with some teams within Family First Life, not my experience. Not true. I call foul, right? But if I didn't go find out for myself and only believed everything that somebody was saying and only believed the brainwashing that people were saying, they're only saying that because they don't want you to leave. Right? So when you start doing research on these different companies to decide who you should partner with and who you should go into business with, do the full research. Don't just take a couple of negative reviews and negative posts and decide I'm not going over there to that company or hearing about that opportunity because of what happened to my uncle's cousin's aunt cousins twice removed. It's not the truth. Right? And every organization within an organization is different. It's like Christianity. There's different sects of Christianity. There's different sects of Catholicism. There's different sects of religion. And I'm saying SECTS, right? And everyone doesn't practice or preach the same thing, even if they all cry, Lord, Lord. Right? So wouldn't it be like we're judging everybody to be the same instead of assuming that there are certain pockets and certain sections that aren't the same, that are different? Find out for yourself. Right? I had somebody say, "Oh, I see you at Family First Life." Yeah, I am. Oh, girl, my girlfriend was over there and this happened to her. Well, that's your girlfriend. Right? And I'm sorry that that happened to your girlfriend, but that's not my experience. That's not me. And I did my research. I did interviews. I asked questions. And I said, okay, Lord, I need to make a sound decision. Lead and guide me. So I'm not making a decision for myself and my family and the livelihood of my business based on what something happened to your girlfriend. That has nothing to do with me. Right? And so I want all of you that are considering switching companies, thinking about switching companies, I want you to think about three things. One, why did you get into the life and health insurance industry to begin with? Because sometimes we lose sight of our why. I've done that before in business, lost sight of my why and track of why I started doing something. And when I lost track of why I started doing something, I started seeing negative things. I started being negative. I started complaining a lot, right? Because I lost focus on why it initially got started in the first place. And sometimes we just need to regroup, or we need freshness. We need newness, right? When I ask, so one thing I want you to do is ask yourself why. Why am I doing this? Because why should be the impetus for every other decision. Why is the very most important thing to consider when you're building a business, because it has to be something deeper than I want to help people. I get that every day when I'm interviewing agents, every week I should say, when I'm interviewing agents and talking to agents, I'm like, well, why do you want to sell insurance? Why do you want to help people invest in insurance? Why do you want to help people with investments? I like helping people. That's not a deep enough why. Because the minute people say no, hang up on us, cuss us out, dog us out, slam the door in our face, we won't do it anymore. But I thought you said you wanted to help people, right? I want to help people is not a deep enough why. Why needs to be something so heartfelt and so deep and connected to you that when you think about it, it brings tears to your eyes. That's a why. And we can help with that, right? The second reason I want you to think about being a non-captive broker and partnering with me. I want you to partner with me. I'm inviting you to reach out to me. I'm inviting you to call me, 910-494-7798. Right? You can find me anywhere on social media, and this is Garlinda Price, right? It won't let me type on here. I will put my name in here for you. But my first name is Garlinda, Garlinda. My last name is Price, right? You can message me right here on YouTube. You can find me over on Facebook, right? You can find me on Instagram under Fusion Properties, right? So the second reason I want you to think about, why should I partner with Garlinda? Why should I consider switching from a captive to a why should I consider switching from a captive to a non-captive agency and insurance marketing organization? And I want you to think about, what's your goal? What is your income goal? And are you meeting and or exceeding your income goal at the company where you are? I had a chance, again, like I said, I'm marketing, and so I'm reaching out and recruiting. And I had a lady tell me, well, I would like to look at the companies that you have access to, but I'm with a captive organization. I can't do that. What? But that captive organization she's a part of is a business that she owns, but she's limited in she can and what she can do, where she can write, who she can reach out to. That's not a business, that's a job. A job tells you what you can and can't do. A business does not tell you what you can and can't do. And I'm not talking about laws and rules that govern how we do business, like fair housing and things like that. I'm talking about, I can't market in Texas, South Carolina, Virginia. I can't go to that region because that person's over there. I can't talk to this group of people because they're with that group over there. That's not a business, that's a job. Right? And so you need to think about, what is your goal, and have you met and or exceeded your goal with that company? And the third thing I want you to think about is, if you had the proper mentorship, if you had the proper resources and training, if you had access to the most incredible A+ rated carriers, what could you do? If you weren't limited and you weren't handcuffed and your hands weren't tied, what could you do? I want you to think about those three things. And again, I want you to reach out to me. We are growing an incredible team across the country. And like I said, we are just getting started. This is my first, I think I'm at my first full month at Family First Life. But last year when I was with my practice company, we were able to help 171 families, and we were growing an incredible organization. It was about 41 team members that I had on my team. But what happened was I was like, Lord, there's some things about this that I don't like, that don't line up with who I am. Right? Because I hadn't thought about leaving, but there were some things that didn't add up. The math wasn't mathing. And it wasn't even about the money. Because I had a 75% contract. I didn't think that was bad. I liked the money I was making. I like insurance money, right? I didn't think it was bad. But what I realized is who I am as an individual is some stuff over here that ain't matching up with who I am inside, number one, who I am spiritually, number two, because I serve the Most High God. We're going to talk about Jesus until he cracks the sky and he returns. So if you don't like that, I'm not for you. And I'm okay with that, right? But I'm going to talk about the Lord every opportunity I get, and I'm going to give his name praise, honor, and glory every time I get, because it's required for me to, and even if it wasn't a requirement, I want to. I was bought and paid for with a ransom, right? So a life was ransomed on behalf of mine so that I could have this conversation with you. I should not be here today, and many of you should not either, but we're not going to start preaching, right? So I'm just saying. So there is an incredible opportunity for you to say, you know what? I want my life and health license, or I want my life insurance license, and I want the liberty and the freedom to do what I'm able to do and to print money for my family, to serve people at the highest capacity, because I can shop for them based on where they are. I can shop for them based on their need, their health, their budget, their family, their goals, their desires, what they want with them, what's in it for me. So when I make it what's in it for them, about them, service will get you paid, right? Service, getting paid is a byproduct of service. So I'm going to be quiet there because we're at 21 minutes and 32 seconds. But if you are with a captive insurance agency, it's time to roll out. It's time for you to look at your other options, see what else is out there available. This will not be the last video that I do. If you are captive, it's time to break free. It's time to stop with the little hidden things in the contracts that we don't know about, that we don't see, right? Look at the contract before you sign it, because a lot of times they'll send you this stuff electronically. And then when you go to look at it, you're like, I didn't know that was in there. I had mine electronically. I had to sign it before I could read it. I didn't know it was in there. Now, that's my opinion. Sometimes I can pay attention to stuff. So I'm just going to say at least that's how it felt to me. I could be wrong, right? I'm just throw that out. I could be wrong. But there was some stuff I wouldn't have agreed to. I'd have been like, oh, that's the case. I don't know if I like that or not. Right? So I want you to think about those things. And then let's end on this. How often can you grow your money? And what is it tied to? Right? I want to know that if I choose to give myself a raise every single month, I can do that on my own pen based on what I write, based on my goals. Not based on the number of unique writers or the number of other people that are writing that affects my ability to grow my income. No, I didn't like that. Because what if you get mad this month, or get sad, or get upset, or go, off on vacation for a month, or you decide, this isn't for me. And now I was depending upon you doing something in order for me to get my promotion. Well, no, because then I'm putting pressure on somebody else that might not want what I want. Over here at Family First Life, you do you. You grow your business to the likeness and the speed that you choose to grow it to, and it's not hinged upon what somebody else does. Now, are there parameters that you have to meet? Are there goals that you have to meet? Are there guidelines you have to meet? Are there numbers you have to meet if you're building an organization? Yes. But if you're an independent contractor that just says, I'm just going to write business on my own pen, and I'm going to write money for myself and my family, and we're going to rock it out, and I'm going to hit my goals, it has nothing to do with you and you. And you have the ability to come here and to start at 90%, 100%, depending on if you have experience in the business, and to go all the way to 145%. And there's nothing that anybody can do about it if you're doing the work legally, morally, and ethically, and you're helping and serving the people. There's no limit. Glory to God. So give me a call. Again, I'm Garlinda Price, and I'm a broker and owner of Fusion Insurance, right? And my number is 910-494-7798. I proudly represent Family First Life and the Life Now agency that I'm a part of, and I invite you to come and find out more. If you are interested, you can text me or message me here. I will send you over a video that you can review, and then you can schedule on my Calendly link to take a look at it and see what it's all about. And let's go from there. Okay, matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll try to attach the video. No, I'm not going to attach it. I want you to reach out to me. I'm not going to attach it. I want to talk to you. I want to see what's going on, right? So I'm not going to attach the video, but I will attach my Calendly link. And I only do interviews on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? And I book up quickly, right? Because a lot of people are looking to escape the 9-to-5 grind. Nothing wrong with a 9-to-5. Use it to fund your dreams, honey. right? Nothing wrong with it. You can work here part-time or full-time. You just can't do nothing and expect to get paid. Insurance is not an easy business, but it is a profitable business. It is a worthy business, and it is an awesome opportunity. God bless you guys. I'll talk to you soon.